All right. Welcome to Raw Talk. I'm LaWanna Bradford, and I love all things business and finance, and I have an amazing guest with me today, none other than LaDonna McAbee. And LaDonna is what's known as a networking expert. How's it going, LaDonna?
Beautiful. It's a beautiful day here in Texas, and I'm so excited to be here, Lawana. Thank you.
Thank you so much for saying yes, because I know you're busy. You've got a lot going on. I want to tell the audience a little bit about you. So LaDonna is a networking expert, and her goal is to not only build collaborations interface, but platforms so individuals can elevate to their best and highest self and achieve financial freedom. She is a four-time best-selling author, speaker, teacher, coach, mentor, all things extraordinary. And she is also a marketing and sales expert. So, folks, if you're wondering, I'm kind of struggling in that marketing and sales space, you really want to lean into this conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about network. Network is your net worth. How to become a networking expert.
Business and Financial Raw Talk, a no-holds-barred forum for leaders and innovators with award-winning business strategist and financial analyst, LaWanna Bradford with the Bradford Group. With Raw Talk, we are empowering women to rise and succeed in business and finances, and improve the world for the next generation. Get ready to get raw and real. Live each Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on e360tv.com.
So, LaDonna, why is this conversation and just the element of networking so important to you? I mean, we know in business we hear that all the time. Your network is your net worth, but often individuals are showing up with themselves in mind only, and not leaning into how they may be able to serve the other person. So let's talk a little bit about your journey, how you got to this point, and what is a central message that you want people to know about the network platform.
So, with 35 plus years experience in marketing, selling, having my own businesses, brick and mortar and virtual, working with MLM companies, I came to realize that so many business owners, um, sellers, marketers, bosses, whatever it may be, really did not know how to network, but they didn't even really know how to connect. And connection is the first key. To me, there's three keys, LaWanna: connection, there's networking, and there's collaboration. And when you skip any of those three, your business is not as strong as it could be. And we all as business owners want our business strong. And we forget sometimes that it has to be a win-win. You have to be there for the other person. And I want to show everyone, and I want the word out there that everyone knows what they can do to help their business, to grow it stronger and faster than ever before. And that's by connecting with the right people for you and your business, networking. And then the big scoop of ice cream on top is collaboration. It just is.
I love that. So you said the three are, let's repeat that again for our audience: networking,
Connecting, networking, and collaboration.
Collaboration. Love that. So
Yes.
tell me what in your past, because when we're in our lane and zone of genius, typically there's something that we experience, a lived experience, or something that we witnessed that has made us feel like, you know what, I can rise up and be an advocate, an ally, a resource in this particular lane. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
So the big C hit the whole world about the same time within a few months, COVID, and it had us all stirred up. And I noticed right away, I was already an entrepreneur. I have an e-commerce website. Um, but I noticed that a lot of people were creating their own businesses that they never thought they would ever do before COVID. And I knew there was a struggle with business owners because so many businesses went out of business during this time as well. And then others were creating businesses. And that's when I really sat back and realized that we were missing out on some key areas of our business. We must completely and honestly work our businesses every day with connecting to someone that you can help. And in return, you'll get the help that you need. But again, it has to be win-win. You cannot go out there and do it just for you. You have to be there for others as well. Give and take. You can't be just a taker. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's so true, and success does sleep close. And you're right. With COVID, it opened the eyes for a lot of people and made them sit back and reflect on life because the world was changing rapidly around us. We saw, the ill effects of COVID that was happening, and I think people started to grapple with what our own humanity, right, and what that meant. And some people were like, you know what? I'm not just going to sit here. That dream that's been on the back burner, I'm bringing it forward because COVID, I think, made us realize that even though we hear it all the time, tomorrow's not promised. We know that, but we were seeing it before our eyes, just in real time. People closest to us who are no longer here anymore. And I think it became a wake up call for us to live in our authenticity, live in our truth.
Absolutely.
And I love what you're
Yes.
talking about, connecting, right? We aren't meant to be in isolation, even though COVID forced us to do that for a moment. But fortunately, in this day and age, we live in this amazing world of technology that we could still reach out and touch. So tell us a little bit about how now your platform started to scale during COVID.
Absolutely. I put together a whole new platform of how to help people in business for 25 years or people that are just starting their business because very quickly there were business owners not just creating businesses, but going out of business. But even then, the people that went into business 2 weeks later are like, oh my gosh, I'm not making any money. Well, guess what? You have to connect somehow. So a lot of us had to learn more about the technology that was right in front of us. We knew it was there, but most of us really didn't take it to 100% level. I know I didn't before COVID. I had to learn so much more about our tech world because, Luana, I was one of those girls that were out there at breakfast, brunch, lunch, happy hour, dinner, after dinner hour, handing out those nice business cards and, scrambling from one meeting to the next. And, it takes hundreds of people before you get a couple of yeses. It's just that way. And some people give up when you get one no or two no's. Well, just know it's not personal. It's just not the right time for them. Maybe it's the right time next week or never, but maybe they have a friend that it's the right time for. So we all have to learn to not take life so personal when we get that no, because we are going to get the no's.
Yes.
But when we get those yeses, guess what? We're so happy. We're so blessed. We're so ecstatic. And we're building our business. one stone at a time. It doesn't have to be hundreds at a time. And just, as a business owner, I think so many people start out on their business, they think, okay, I'm going to give it a name. And then I'm just going to start telling my family and friends. No, you have to get outside that circle. You have to get out there and get your name known everywhere. When people say, LaDonna's on Facebook, they know what to expect. They know we're talking, connecting, networking, collaboration, or we're in the middle of an event. Because I have a lot of events on my own, and then I also go to other people's events. A lot of people miss out on that because they're like, oh, I don't want to pay $20 for an event. I don't want to pay $25 for an event. Well, sometimes we have to because that's how we get known. And, it's like spreading yourself out there so the whole world gets to know who you are. And, it was so funny the other day. I was interviewing someone and she said, before I came and talked to you, I wanted to do a search and see what you were all about. And you were everywhere. That's how I want to be. And I'm like, you can't be. You just have to find your place with the person that works best for you. And don't be fooled. We all need training. We all need help. No matter how long you've been in business, you still need those people around you.
I love this. I mean, we're going to unpackage this because you gave us a lot to digest. So we're going to do it in reverse order. And this is great. This is very rich. So you said, you are going to need help no matter where you are, even if you wear the label of expert. There is always going to be someone who's been, as I say, been there, done that, and got the t-shirt, right? To help you get to that next level. But so many individuals I find, and I'm just curious what your experience is, LaDonna. It's like, no, I don't want to really want to invest in that coach, that mentor, that guide, right? I'd rather go to Google University and through trial and error figure it out. But what do they miss when they choose not to invest in themselves and in the person who can guide you quickly to where you want to go versus playing on Google in Google University?
I think Miss Google is one of the smartest women on earth. Come on, let's face it. Got to be, because she has all the answers, right? But she doesn't have that human contact. She can't spread the wealth. If I hire, and I do, I always have some coach or trainer, mentor, something all the time, it seems like, because guess what? It's who you know, but guess what? How many people does your coach know and can connect you with? Or if you're in a group coaching session, so now you have the group, but then how many people in that group know someone that you can connect with? So see, you're just multiplying. And when you go to Google University, guess what? There's not a human contact there. They don't have all these contacts there for you to reach out to. And are you self-motivated enough to do the training by yourself? I'm not. I have a list and a pile and notebooks full of stuff I'm supposed to be doing. And if I relied on myself to go to Google University, I would probably never finish. So are you motivated enough and self-disciplined enough to finish the course? And then it doesn't have the human contact. I'm going to go with that every time. It's who you know and who all of those people know. It enriches you.
That's huge. And you're right. It's, you're interfacing, even with Chat GPT, it's, you're putting information in and it's spinning information back at you. But then there's the human nuances that at this time cannot be replicated to the level of direct interface. And I just encourage any of you that are out there that are thinking, as you mentioned, we're going to talk about the other point that you mentioned, investing in going to these events, because some people feel, well, I got it, and if it was in person, I get it. If you're going to charge me $20, $30, 50, whatever to come to this networking session, I get it. You may have to pay a bid space, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how you do business, there is a cost to do business. There's time, money, resources invested, even on the virtual platform. So let's talk a little bit about that as far as people, they want, gimme, gimme, gimme. But, there's a cost. I don't think so, LaDonna. I'll pass.
It amazes me how many times I hear that per day. Everyone wants everything for free. But it goes back to the old saying, you get what you pay for. I'm sorry, it's just that way. I want to give everybody free everything, but I have to keep the lights on for me and my family too. It's my business, right? LaWanna has her business. I have my business. You have your business, but you need the training. You need to pay for the training. And training comes in different ways. Sometimes it's by talking, sometimes it's by listening. Sometimes you can get some kibbles and bits by getting things free. But those big golden nuggets come when you enforce and know that you need to be everywhere at events. You need to be coached, trained, mentored. You need to be out there in on virtual events. It already saves us money because we're not in the car, we're not doing the travel. That's saving us some time. So put that extra time and money and invest it in yourself, because that is what you need. And you need to be talking yourself up. You need to be at everything you can possibly be at and feel your day like a regular work day schedule.
Yes.
I'm virtual every day, just about. I mean, it's just the way it is. I want to take my business to the next level, then I have to do the work. I have to have the training, and I do. It's just the way it all goes around. The world just keeps spinning, and either you're on it or you're not, right? And if you're stuck, get unstuck, get the help you need, and grow your business, and your business will be stronger for it. More money in
Exactly.
your bank account.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I find often, and we saw the big exodus, the great exodus, from corporate, and many women were starting their own business, but also many women were adversely impacted through COVID compared to our men. So we're trying to make up, and also women are in the sandwich generation. You're at home doing your entrepreneur thing, but yet you may be taking care of elderly parents, you may be taking care of young children. There's a lot of demands on us. And we're also in catch up mode financially, because we know that women earn less per dollar than men. And then when you further dissect that and you look at your different minority groups, the chasm widens, right? So there's a lot of variables there. But what you said, if you don't show up at the table, you shouldn't be scratching your head why there isn't money in the bank, right? You got to
Right.
show up at the table.
Yes, ma'am. I say to people all the time when I'm doing my strategy calls, I'll say, you must get up, you must dress up, you must show up every day,
Every
every
day.
day. And you know what? You're right. Women, I think we were trained as little girls. You take care of the house, you take care of the husband, you take care of your children, you take care of the parents when they get elderly, you pay the bills, you make sure everybody has everything they need. And now we still want you to make money. And we figure
Mhm.
it out. Some take longer than others. Some do it differently than others, and that's okay as long as you find your system and you get it done.
Yes. You know, the one thing that I love just in what you're doing is, again, we're talking about networking and connection. If it hadn't been for the virtual platform, I'm not saying it wouldn't have happened. I just don't know when. But our paths wouldn't have intersected. You're in Texas. I'm bouncing between Arizona and Georgia. But we were in a session. You heard me speak. I heard you speak. It's like, oh, okay, this is cool. Let's reach out. How can we support one another?
I love it. Don't you love it? I have I have my virtual friends all over the world now, in different countries, different time zones. I mean, it is incredible. And we have done business together. We have helped each other. We have risen together. We have cried together. It's amazing what we have accomplished. I don't know how or when it would have happened, except that COVID happened and said, stay home. And people like you and I said, okay, we still need to grow our business. We
Yep.
still want
We
to
need to
grow our
eat.
business.
We need to eat.
We need to eat, keep the lights on. So we did. We figured it out. Luana, I knew about Facebook because of my e-commerce business. I had heard of LinkedIn. I had an account with LinkedIn, but I really didn't know how to use it. I figured it out.
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, all of that. I figured it out. And there was so much to learn, even on Facebook, that I didn't know. And then, you got the StreamYard and all of the other, Zooms and different ways of paying. I learned all that very quickly. But you know what? I took a break for about 2 or 3 days and I said, okay, next, what should I be doing? What do I need to do to help others? Remember, I already still had my e-commerce business, which was doing okay. It had a little effect, but it was still doing
Mhm.
okay. But how can I help others? That's what I said to myself. Oh my goodness, so many people. I mean, I've seen it. Everybody was closing down or had closed down. And I'm back. What are they going to do? So I went to work thinking, what can I do to help others? And here I am a few years later, still helping others and still just growing strong. And it makes me so happy when I get those yeses. Yes, I'm ready for a strategy session, LaDonna. Teach me, show me, help me grow. And it feels so good.
It does. It's like when we're serving others, it's actually kind of selfish because there is a good feeling behind that. And I love what you said. I always tell individuals the key to life and business is asking the right questions. Pause and figure out what the question is. And you paused and you're like, how can I help? Obviously, there's something happening in the world. There are a lot of problems. Now, what can I do? What solution can I bring to the marketplace to help empower and enrich other people's lives, to elevate them, while in turn I'm able to monetize it? And I would like to talk a little bit about monetization, especially speaking to our women entrepreneurs, especially those that may be on the small business scale of business, who are afraid to ask for the sale and they underprice themselves and wonder why they're not competitively placed. LaDonna.
That is $1 million question. And the reason I say that is because our time, we need to remember that we are worth something. Our time is worth something. And when you're working, you have to figure out what your budget is. This is the way I feel. This is my budget. This is what I need to make. This is what I would love to make, and meet halfway at least. And you may start low, but no, you can always go higher. And never ever take away from yourself, because you are you. You're only you. Make the best you can be. You don't get all these chances over and over again. So just get out and market yourself and achieve your goals. And you have to know your goals. That's one thing I have found when I'm doing my strategy classes or meetings. I'll say, well, what is your short-term goal? Well, now we're toward the end of the year. We're in our Q4 and we're like, okay, we're a little short. Or, oh my goodness, I've made it. But the majority of people that come to me, like, I'll say, well, how much did you want to make before the end of the year? Well, I wanted to make 100,000. That's like the six figures. Everyone says I want to make six.
Yeah.
Well, how much did you make? Well, only 5,000. Well, we've got a lot of work to do. I will never tell them we can't do it, but we have a lot of work to do, because LaWanna, I know you know this, but so many people are amazed what you can do from here in October now and the end of December. That's still a lot of days and several weeks away. You can still climb the ladder, make your business stronger, get ready for the new year. Don't give up, don't stop, don't quit, don't take vacation for the next 3 months. Just keep building.
Exactly. I think it's also important to, when you have that coach and that guide, because I'm a strategist by trade, and you have to, sometimes you can't see the picture from inside the frame, and that's why corporations hire external consultants to come in and facilitate their strategy sessions. Does it mean they can't do it? Of course they could, but that third party is going to see something you don't see because you were in the moment, right? So if you're in the final quarter and you're looking at, okay, I am nowhere near my goal, you probably have fear, panic, trepidation, all these emotions are going on. Well, when you
Absolutely.
hire a LaDonna, when you hire a LaWanna, the LNLs, we can come in and give you clarity and even strategic steps to get to where you want to go a little bit faster, right? It's about scalability. And you said something that was very, very powerful, is setting the goals. And I want to say meaningful goals, because we can intend all day long, but if I'm not committed to what I said I was going to do, LaDonna, I'm going to be spinning in the hamster wheel, feeling busy, right? It feels good, I'm moving, but I haven't gone anywhere. What do you have to say to that?
Well, you know what? You're exactly right. And that goes back to a couple of things that you said, LaWanna, when I talked about everyone needs a coach, a trainer, a strategist, a mentor, someone that's outside looking in, because it could be one word in your structure that you can change that would make the whole difference of your conversation. Because when you're giving a talk, a conversation, however your business is, one word can make a difference. And we don't
Yes.
see that or hear that because we've said it for so long, we're not grasping it. But someone outside looking in can pick up on that. Or maybe it's the way that you forget to smile, or it can be so many variables.
Right.
But that's why you need those other people in your life. And you have to know how to get to that goal. And you said it, you don't want to be spinning around. You made a goal and now you're on a hamster wheel. You made the goal, but you don't know how to get there. That's why you need someone like me and LaWanna to come in and help you Not just set the goals, but see your goals and see you through the goals, to the
Yes.
goals and more. Because again, sometimes you just don't know how to get there. You know, don't ask me how to change the oil in my car. Can I figure it out? I could go to Google and I might be able to figure it out, and it would take me all day long or maybe more. Why? When I can just go to the oil shop, pay the $50, and be on my way in 10 minutes. Just a little example, but it's a meaningful example. Get rid of all the hamster wheels, all the garbage in your head, and get straight and narrow and on your path so you can get where you need to be going. You want to be going.
Exactly. And I love that. And when people work with you said it's not only helping them get to their goal, but because you're outside of the frame, because you have sales and marketing expert in your toolbox, you're able to see other opportunities that they may have not realized or that are there for them to leverage. Right. And like you said, I can make introductions. I can tell you, hey, did you realize if you're over here, you can use it for another, maybe a lead generating. I'll use like this interview, for example. We agreed, had a collaborative agreement. This interview, which will air on my platform, now exposes LaDonna not only to my social media community, but this is an E360 TV show. Wow. Suddenly she's got broader exposure, but she gets a copy of this. She can slice, dice, do whatever it is that she wants with this information exchange that we're having. But when you look at the repurposing of it, it can be used for marketing. It can be used for third-party endorsement, credibility. It can be for her funnel, right? A free gift. There's so many opportunities, but we tend to think one and done.
But not when you're a strategist. You have to think. I tell people you can't put everything in your box. Think outside of your box, because make that box bigger and bigger, until you are exposed to everyone. And because of this that LaWanna and I are doing today, more people are going to see her, more people are going to see me. I'm going to get to know more people that I can expose someone else to, because that's what connecting is about. You can't keep your connections to yourself. They're not just for you. They're for everyone to enjoy.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to do a quick takeaway, and then we're going to come back and close out with you telling us about an amazing event that you have upcoming, and also how people can be involved in your community. So, 1 moment. Okay, LaDonna. Well, I'm just excited that you agreed to be on Business and Financial Raw Talk. This has been an engaging conversation. I hope to those of you who are listening, please reach out to LaDonna. When she closes up her piece, I'll put her contact information below for you. But right now, I want you to lean into what this amazing woman has to say about, number one, what's upcoming, and how you can be a part of her pretty powerful community. LaDonna.
everyone, I want you to know, reach out to me at any given time at LaDonnaMcAbee.com. I have 2 to 4 events each and every week that you can come and join in, learn, teach, speak, and sell right there on our platform. But I am so excited that to tell you on November the 4th, we are having our annually Cheers and Commerce Expert Networking uh, workshop. And it's going to be extravagant, let me tell you. We have so many great speakers coming in and prizes, giveaways, and it's a workshop, question and answer time. We are going to teach everyone something. You're going to get those golden nuggets to take away at the end of the day on November 4th to go build your business stronger and faster. A win-win for everyone, speakers and attendees. We still have room for a couple of more speakers and then our attendees as well. And right now we're having an early bird special for attendees is only $15. That's right. And if you go to LaDonnaMcAbee.com, you can go ahead and register as an attendee right away before you miss that early bird special. It is less than half price. So hurry on over and grab your ticket. Thank you so much.
That is fantastic. That's a great gift. I don't like using deals. That's a great gift. And
yes, that is a gift.
Generous. You're very generous with your time, with your knowledge, with your talents, and just sharing. And you really have a passion to help people elevate their game. So for those that are listening, if you haven't heard of LaDonna, trust me, you think she's doing something now, give it 12 months. It may be a little bit difficult to connect with her because she's running, ladies. And if you want to be a part of someone who is not only creating momentum, but creating sustainability, link with those who are getting it done, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you again, LaDonna, for being with us. And to our listening audience, thank you for joining us for another edition of Business and Financial Raw Talk. We will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on E360 TV. And just remember that in life and in business, when your vision intersects with opportunity, when you are connected with the right people, when you're leaning in to those experts who can show you the way, success is inevitable. Until next week, bye everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you, LaWanna.
Thank you.